Hey, everybody, we are back with round two. Trish Tay Tarot just got her black car service. She got her clean tan.
I'm feeling like a rock
I
star.
was going to ask you, how are you
Oh
feeling?
my gosh, I feel so much better. It's amazing. Just a spray tan. It lifted my mood.
It really is a
Woo!
great mood booster.
I love it. It really is. Come and get a spray tan. You'll feel so much better.
Definitely. What does the rest of your day look like?
It's the full moon, so
That's right, I
I'm
forgot.
pretty excited. I'm having my girlfriends over. We have a little full moon celebration at my house, usually every full moon.
Amazing.
Yes, and then I have to take my 90-year-old father-in-law to the dentist this afternoon. Very glamorous.
Very
But
glamorous.
he's one of my favorite people.
Waving bye to the girls.
So it's going to be an afternoon of family and friends.
Perfect kind of afternoon. Just
Yeah,
what
it
we
is.
love.
I like it, and I'm going to be so shiny and glowy.
Mhm.
I can't wait.
Yay. Um, Anything else you want to share with the listeners about the full moon, about your work, about how it could apply to them? Just anything that's on your mind in that way?
I think I would tell people, the number one question I get as a tarot reader
What is
is
it?
how often and when should I get a tarot reading?
That's a good
And
question.
I always tell people if you think you need one, you need one. And it's meant to be an uplifting experience where you leave feeling like you have action plans, you have a way through any problems, and then you get those little spicy pieces of information, from your ancestral energies, things you didn't even know were on your radar screen. So get a reading when you feel like you need one, and at the same time, full moon is the really great time to get a good tarot reading, and your birthday. So those are good times, and it's always good to give a gift certificate for a reading is always a wonderful gift, and I have that on my website as well now. That's one of my most popular offerings last year was the gift certificate.
I bet. I always consider tarot or any kind of Reiki or energy work as like spiritual maintenance.
Yes, I agree, and I think how when you are in crisis and then you need to find a therapist, and it's so hard to find a therapist when you're in crisis.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing for tarot reader or anything, because I want you to have a relationship with your tarot reader so that if something crazy does happen, somebody is going to be on the end of that Zoom call or that meeting and help you, someone who really trusts and cares for you, not some AI bot. It's a real person.
I was telling Trish that she reminds me of my life coach Dana, who I've talked about a ton. You guys just have that same way about you, and she's the first person I go to when something goes wrong. That's the first person I think of as far as like, okay, how do I get back on track? Because she knows me, she knows my story, she knows like every piece of my life, and she's not my partner or a child or something. She's unbiased.
Exactly, and I always tell people, one interesting thing about being a tarot reader is that people, they think that I'm like reading them.
The future too.
Yeah, and the future. And it's more of a check-in. I mean, we do get some future information sometimes, I'm not going to lie, but that's not the whole point of it. The point of it is to check in with yourself and really get some honest feedback. And I feel like it can be super helpful. And don't be afraid to ask your tarot reader crazy questions. You will be shocked at the answers you get.
I bet. You know, the one thing that I hear from people when I tell them, like, go get a reading or do something like that, they always say the same thing: I'm scared.
Yes, and I always tell people, let's just pull one card, and if you're not feeling the vibe, then hey, we don't have to do this. But usually 100% of the time, the person has been like, oh, that's intriguing, let me find out more information. And they leave with a smile on their face and hope in their eyes, and that's what I want to do.
I think that's so amazing. I think there's so many different languages and spirit that a lot of us aren't introduced to. So that's why I love having you here, is to introduce people to things that maybe they haven't been exposed to yet, or maybe they've been really curious and they're like, okay, I know Jen's not going to lead me wrong. She's not trying to sell me a bunch of stuff, and she's not trying to like throw anything on me for an outcome for her.
Exactly.
I think it's cool.
What I really love is the interactivity with the tarot cards and the photos that I get from my clients, because, oh gosh, so many times they will have seen something in real life that was exactly the photo on their tarot card. And I live for those DMs that I get. It's so much fun. For example, I was reading for a woman. It was my very first time with her. She's a longtime client now. And she was asking a lot of questions about her daughter, and this one card kept popping up that had a picture of a dragonfly on it. And she went, and I thought, oh my God, are you okay? I didn't know what was going on. And she said, I need to show you something. And she and her daughter both have a dragonfly tattoo right here. And for the rest of the time, no matter what, I am reading her cards for years now. That card always pops up for her when we're talking about her daughter. Isn't that great?
That's so awesome.
It's amazing, and so I believe in that. I believe in the power of all of those things lining up, and I've seen it happen through tarot, but it can happen through Reiki. It can happen through anything. So the other thing I tell people is find your thing. If it's not tarot, great. Find something that you love to do, and don't be afraid of it. Embrace it.
I find sometimes that thing changes based on the season of your life. Like what worked in the last season, which maybe like an action-heavy season, won't necessarily work in a season where you're maybe supposed to be more reflective or introspective. What are your thoughts on that?
I couldn't agree more. In fact, one way to find out what kind of a year you're having is to figure out your tarot card of the year. And if you can do math, you can figure it out. This is not hard math. It only goes up to 22. So you add, let's say your birthday is January 1st. So you would add the
Mine's
date.
February 9th.
Okay, let's do you.
Do mine.
Okay, so February is 2.
Okay.
So 2 plus 9 plus 2025. And whatever number that is, let's do it right now.
I was like, wait, what is
Oh
the
my
number?
God, I can't do math in my head. Sorry, I was an English major. So 2 plus 2?
9.
9.
2033. No.
It's
2030.
11. So you are having an acrobat year or hanged man year,
Oh.
which is a wonderful year.
Okay.
We were talking about years when you're active and years when you're not. This is your year of exposing yourself to as many new ways of looking at things as possible.
That
It's
makes
not,
sense.
not necessarily an action year, but there is a lot of action happening in exploring like how people view different things, and really your job is to like try new stuff every time. Don't take the same route to work. Don't listen to the same podcast. Don't listen to the same stuff. Everything needs to be new for you this year.
Whoa, that's pretty awesome.
I'm having an acrobat year too.
Yay.
So it's like learning how to swing and appreciate the different perspectives that you get in life. It's really important. And if you have a tarot deck, you can give yourself a tarot reading now, because all you have to do is go through the deck and find that card, the Hanged Man card, and the cards on either side of it, and that's your reading.
Amazing.
Yeah.
How do I know there's a lot of literature about this because I've looked it up before. How do people do their own tarot reading at home? Do they ask the cards a question? How do they approach that?
I would say the question is the most important part.
Okay.
Your intentions, right? So get clear with what your question is, and if you're having problem, there's a woman called the Tarot Professor, and she has a deck that is just questions. So you can just pull a question from that deck and then pull a tarot card to figure it out. So it's a good place to start.
Yeah, definitely. Randomly, when you just did your nails, they're so cute. Can you remind me who did them? I know you told me.
Oh yes, Han at Honey Nails on North Avenue. Oh my gosh, she's amazing. You must go. I don't get the art done, but she does this beautiful chrome.
They're so cute.
No, this is my signature. She's amazing, you guys. The perfect
Han
shape.
Honey Nails, Han Honey Nails, Han Honey Nails.
Yes, so all the details that you do. For example, I was just saying, I just got my spray tan. I got a pair of nail scissors to clip off my little paper thong so that I wouldn't mess up my spray tan. That level of detail is something that is so important, and
If
you
not,
do
you
it.
touch it, and then your fingers are messed up.
It's crazy. And Han does the same thing with nails. Like the shape is always just perfect. Everything is just right. I can't say enough.
They're really darling for you because they're like iridescent pink. They have this chromy kind of moonish
They're cool.
feel to you. I told Trish when we picked her up that every time I think of her, I think of color. Like
Yes.
beautiful,
I'm always
vibrant,
right.
like aura color. It's awesome.
Well, thank you. That's a really nice thing to say. It's definitely my signature. What is it called now? Dopamine dressing. I definitely do that. My closet is a little crazy.
And it reminds me again of my coach Dana because she has the same with her signature glasses. She's so cute and she wears these glasses and every time I see them I'm like, oh, your glasses are so cute.
Dana, I have to meet you. I saw your Instagram. Oh my
Please
gosh.
meet. You guys please meet, do a podcast, talk, do something.
Oh yes.
You're like kindred spirit sisters, I think.
Ooh, I like that. I like it. Oh my gosh, this has been the most amazing day. What a way to kick off a full moon. So I think we should do this every full moon. I'll give you a tarot reading and I can get a spray tan.
I'm down.
Oh my gosh. And I was reading for the wonderful women who work with you, and oh my goodness, they are powerful and amazing. You're so lucky you've built an amazing team.
Thank you. That made me think when I left the room while they were getting readings. So I think it's a sacred thing. And I don't want to be involved in anybody's experience that way. But if you're a company and you're looking for like a wellness activity or something to gift your staff that's quick, that's local, you should call Trish and have her come to the office or wherever you are and have her do a group reading.
It's really fun. I do that a lot. I've been at so many corporations. I couldn't believe a law firm and Boston Consulting Group I hired me for their holiday party. I've been at a lot of trading firms. It's really fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's wonderful, and everyone always has a really good time. And there's a lot of math involved in tarot, so like those math-heavy quant people really love it. It's absolutely fascinating. They're less scared than average people.
I love that. And I love that wellness experiences like this are going more mainstream and people are becoming more open to it. I just think it's really exciting. So if you're on the fence, definitely try it. I know when we left the shop to come bring you back, the girls had a totally different, they were great this morning and they didn't know this was going to happen. It just kind of like organically evolved. But it was like they looked so much lighter and brighter and happier from whatever clarity you gave them. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. That's the whole goal, right? So if you're scared of getting a tarot reading, listen to what she just said.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Don't be
It's
scared.
It's enlightening and it's really really fun. I will say, the first reading I ever did at a big party, this lady came in and she was like really negative cloud of energy, and she asked a really negative question. She's like, I want to know if my husband's sorry. And she said it just like that. And this was my first party. I was like, I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh, no.
I was like, okay. And the point I'm trying to make is she came in that room with a cloud over her, and you could feel it. She was hurting, and something terrible really had happened to her. And I don't know the appropriateness of talking to a tarot reader that you just met at a St. Patrick's Day party about something really terrible and intimate, but that does happen a lot to me, and I honor and hold space for that. And that woman was able to leave. She wasn't shiny and happy when she left, but she was much more calm, and she was a little bit more ready to face the situation that was at hand. So, I think it's really important for you to realize you're going to feel better.
Honestly, and it sounds trivial to people who take it that way, but the girls and guys that know, that's how we feel about spray tans. You're naked, you're vulnerable, you're coming for a wedding, a funeral, like it could be anything, a graduation, big moments in your life, a divorce, a breakup. We've seen so many different people, and they're just coming to like help them have a little bit more confidence in whatever it is they're facing. And it's not as fluffy as people might think. It's very similar to that.
And it's what it is you're so vulnerable when you're naked with like a tiny little pair of panties on, and your hair is like up in it's a whole thing. So you do need someone who's going to hold you and hold your space for you, and that's I think 50% of it, honestly. And so the same thing is true for tarot. I mean, I didn't really want to jump and get naked in front of someone I've never met before, right? But I did it, and I felt completely at ease the entire time. So it's the same with tarot. If you're scared, find the very, very best person at it. And this is the best at spray tan in the whole city of Chicago. I've been around the block, I know, and this woman has it down to a science. Every single detail is luxurious. And look, here we are in a black car. I mean, this is a wonderful way to get to and fro. I mean, sign up for this experience.
Tans and tarot are your friends. We'll leave it at that. Happy Monday. Happy full moon. We'll check in with you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.